Stefan lived an ordinary life. He wasn't the kind of man who believed in fate, destiny, or the supernatural. He worked 9 to 5 in a dull office, returned to his small apartment, ate dinner while scrolling on his phone, and fell asleep to the low hum of the television. Everything in his life was predictable until the first message arrived. It was past midnight, and Stefan had been half asleep when his phone buzzed. Annoyed, he reached over, expecting some spam notification. But the sender made him pause. It was his own number. The message read, "Don't leave the house tomorrow at 8:15. He sat up, frowning. Maybe it was some kind of glitch in the network. Phones did weird things sometimes, right? Still, something about the words unsettled him. He tried to laugh it off, set the phone down, and went back to sleep. The next morning, he had nearly forgotten about it. At 8:14, jacket in hand, he reached for the door. The memory of the text flashed in his mind, and for reasons he couldn't explain, he froze. The clock on the wall ticked to 8:15. He hesitated, sighed, and decided to wait. Seconds later, a loud crash echoed outside his building. He looked out the window and saw a delivery truck skidding across the road, smashing into a car exactly where he would have been crossing. His phone buzzed again. "Good, you stayed. You're safe." Stefan's mouth went dry. Someone knew. Someone was watching him. The next evening, at exactly the same time, another message appeared. "Do not take the 7:40 bus." He almost ignored it, but the memory of yesterday's accident was still fresh. He decided to walk to work instead. Later that morning, he overheard people talking. The 7:40 bus had crashed into a truck at an intersection. Several passengers were injured. By now, Stefan's skepticism was crumbling. Whoever or whatever was sending these texts wasn't messing with him. It was protecting him. For weeks, the messages kept coming. "Don't answer the door at midnight. Avoid the alley tonight. Do not speak to the man in the gray coat." And each time he obeyed, he would later discover he had avoided something dangerous. A burglary in his building, a mugging near the alley, even a stranger who turned out to be a wanted criminal. The messages saved him again and again. But then the tone changed. One night at 2:59 a.m., Stefan's phone buzzed with a new notification. His stomach sank when he saw the words, "3 a.m. Look under your bed." He stared at the screen, his heart pounding. This wasn't a warning. It was a command. "No," he whispered to himself, tossing the phone aside. But just as the clock on his wall clicked to 3 o'clock, the phone buzzed again. Now. His body trembled as he slid off the bed. Slowly he lowered himself to the floor and peered into the darkness beneath. At first, he saw nothing. Then his eyes adjusted. A phone lay there, identical to his own. Its screen glowed faintly, displaying the same string of messages he had received over the past month. But this time, a new text appeared, on both screens simultaneously. "You can't escape. I am you." Stefan scrambled backward, slamming into the wall. The phone under the bed buzzed again, lighting up the room with an eerie glow. Another message appeared. "Every warning I gave you was true. Every danger I saved you from was real. But safety comes at a cost." His own phone buzzed in sync. Another message. "The future needs balance. For every life spared, another must be taken." Stefan's breath caught. His hands shook as he typed back for the first time. "What do you mean?" The reply came instantly. "Open your door." His chest tightened. He didn't want to move, but something compelled him. Slowly, he crept toward the door of his apartment. His phone buzzed again. "Now." He opened it. The hallway was empty, silent, cold. But on the floor, right outside, was a small envelope with his name scrawled across it. Stefan picked it up with trembling fingers and opened it. Inside was a single photograph of himself sitting on his bed, staring down at his phone in horror. The phone buzzed one final time. Both screens lit up with the same words. The warnings are over. Your future begins now. And then, silence. Stefan stood frozen, clutching the photograph, the glow of the two phones flickering in the darkness. For the first time, he wasn't sure if tomorrow was something he wanted to see.